might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, November 10th, 2023. We are at the end of the week of the work week, but our work is never finished. So just want to welcome everyone in. Hope you had a wonderful week, and I hope you also have a wonderful weekend. Let me put this up right here. We had an awesome show last night going over Cyprus. We had Astrid Malone call in to share the event that she's having where she's talking about her transition from business development to customer success manager. So check that out. I will also post a link to that in the description of the video if you want to register for her event. All right. And check out the stream from last night going over Cypress, where we implemented the page object model using Cypress. And then we also did where we chose a random product and we added that to the cart to simulate more, like to get closer to what a actual user would be doing. All right, let me put this up. There we go. All right. So if you do not know who I am Tech Coach Ralph, and this is the Koffee and Kata morning show where we do some news stories and then we get into a coding challenge to stimulate our mind. We are going to get into learning Git branching today. Not really a challenge, but something that we all need as developers, engineers, QA, whatever the case may be, right? So without further ado, actually, one more announcement. I am planning tentatively to go live tomorrow to start working on the website for the for my friend, where we're going to be using WordPress to implement a WordPress template to build a website for a charity organization. All right. So I will schedule the stream and make it known. But right now, tentatively around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's going to be a working session. So we're just going to hang out, do some work. I'll explain to you what I'm doing and have some fun. So look out for that. But let's get going because time is running and time is money. All right. So let me do this. All right. So let's get to our news. Why don't we? All right. So our first news story is we're tipping more and it's confusing. So this article says we've reached peak. Have we reached peak tipping? Perhaps not, but it seems like we've reached peak confusion around tipping. According to a new Pew Research poll, most Americans, 72%, say they're being expected to tip in more places than ever before. On top of that, only about a third are highly confident when and how to do so. Tipping surged during the pandemic, with one business professor likening pandemic tipping to combat pay. Paired with the increased popularity of digital payment apps and services, Pew suggests tipping is at an inflection point, facing significant structural and technological changes. me put our 5 minutes up, by the way. Let's do that. All right. More findings from Pew's tipping culture in America. 40% of Americans oppose businesses offering suggested tipping amounts. Tipping habits appear to be generational. Younger people tend to automatically tip, while older folks say it's their personal choice. The top three activities that have the highest share of folks who always tip are eating at restaurants with servers, getting a haircut, and food delivery. All right. That's
I
interesting.
appreciate you.
Welcome to the channel, Diamond0613. I know it's early in the morning, but let's do a quick air horn to celebrate. Happy to have you here. Thank you for subscribing. All right. So, um, I will say I do appreciate where they have the suggested tip amounts because I don't have to do the calculation myself. And then I can say, okay, this is what 15% is, this is what 20% is, this is what 25% is. And then I'll just choose one and I go with there, especially like when they have it on the little pay thing and I can just, I can just show, I can just pick one and then I don't have to worry about it. So me, Q engineer automation, I appreciate them automating the process and choosing for me. I do agree that I do get confused sometimes about like what type of service to tip for and what type of services not to tip for. Um, so yeah, that does get a little bit confusing because I don't know, trying to like if it's somebody's own ran business where they set their prices and then I'm like, do I tip or do I not tip? I don't know. That gets a little bit confusing to me, but it is what it is. All right. So anything here? Let's see. Quickly scrolling. I just had this experience with my babysitter. I took a poll and got 30 plus responses. Most people don't tip babysitters, but round up. It's so hard to know the correct etiquette. See, I agree with that. Like, I don't know. I don't know when to tip. Like, do you tip your babysitter who sets their prices? Or maybe if they're going through an agency? I don't know. There does need to be some etiquette around tipping. Let's see. Having worked in food, I know how much a tip can make a difference, not only to a dip lavishly when there is a visible voice, but I always tip the person individually as well, since so many times these are immigrants responsible for families back home. All right, I'm not gonna go into that. Anyways, that's good enough for this one. Let's go to our next one. So Powell, the Fed chair, is not, and I repeat, sorry for this early in the morning, he is not confident about prices. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says he's not yet confident the central bank has done enough to tame inflation. Speaking at an International Monetary Fund conference in Washington, D.C., on Thursday, Powell said the Federal Reserve would seek to address both the risk of being misled by a few good months of data and the risk of over tightening. The bank held interest rates steadily at 5.25% to 5.5% range for a second straight time last week, marking a 22-year high since March. Inflation, while dropping from its pandemic peak, it's still above the 2% annual target. All right. So, inflation, so I don't know. If he's not confident about prices, I'm totally not confident in their ability to do anything. So, it is what it is. And I'm not even going to go into this because it's just going to be a bunch of mumbo jumbo stuff that all I know is the price of my steak keeps increasing and I am not happy about that one bit. All right. So make steak prices great again. All right. So let's move on to our third article. And it says, so we're going from tipping to the Fed not being confident about prices to the IRS unveils new tax brackets. So this says finally a reason to hate inflation a tiny bit less. Let's see if that's the case. It could ease next year's tax burden. The, the IRS announced inflation related adjustments for tax year 2024 Thursday, raising income thresholds to tax brackets by 5.4%. The goal, helping taxpayers avoid getting pushed into higher tax brackets after receiving wage hikes that simply meant to counter cost of living expenses. The standard deduction is also jumping 5.4%, settling at $14,600 for individuals and $29,200 for married couples filing jointly. Last year, the IRS boosted bracket limits by 7.1%, the largest such adjustment in 30 years. The 5.4% adjustment is the second largest increase in that time frame. The IRS beefed up contribution limits of 401ks and other retirement accounts earlier this month. So, not as bad as it could be, but you should just get rid of it altogether. Yes, I said that. Let's just redo the whole system because do they really mean that? I mean, this is supposed to help us with inflation, but they did hire like 100,000 new IRS agents to come after us. So we'll see. We shall see. But that is that. All right. So that is our quick news stories for today. We talked about tipping and how confusing tipping is. Trust me, it is very confusing for me because I have no idea when and where I'm supposed to tip. I just if I see it offered, I'm like, all right, I just click the button, tip. And if I don't I guess I don't go places that don't suggest a tip. So and then we talked about Powell not being confident about prices, and if he's not confident, then how can we be? And the IRS unveiling new tax brackets, which is allegedly supposed to help us, but that is still yet to be determined. All right, we are going to get into our project for today, right? Our challenge, learning exercise, whatever you want to call it. So let's put up 30 minutes on the clock. And I'm going to share the screen. And let's get to work. Okay, so we are on the website. I'll put it in the chat. Paste that. So we're doing learngitbranching.js.org, where we are going to, so let's read real quick. Welcome to Learn Git Branching. Interested in learning Git? Well, you've come to the right place. Learning Git Branching is the most visual and interactive way to learn Git on the web. You'll be challenged with exciting levels, given step-by-step demonstrations of powerful features, and maybe even have a bit of fun along the way. Yes, we are all about learning and having fun. After this dialogue, you'll see a variety of levels we have to offer. If you are a beginner, just go ahead and start with the first. If you already know some Git basics, try some of our later challenges. We're going to start at the beginning, all right? Because I'm not necessarily a beginner, but maybe you are, and I want to go along with you as we learn Git, all right? Because trust me, you will definitely need it in whatever capacity you serve in the tech industry, okay? All right, so you can see all the commands available with show command at the terminal. PS, want to go straight into a sandbox next time? Try out this special link. And PS, GitHub has started naming the default branch main instead of master to migrate away from biased terminology. Great. More of that. In accordance with this industry-wide movement, we have also updated Learn Git Branching to use main instead of master in our lessons. This rename should be fairly consistent by now, but if you notice any errors, feel free to submit a PR. PR stands for pull request or open an issue. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. All right, so let's go to a nicely introduced. All right, so let's start with the beginning, right? We'll start here. A nicely paced introduction to the majority of Git commands. Introduction to Git commits. So let's start off with our beginning and we'll get going. Okay, so Git commits. A commit in a Git repository records a snapshot of all of the tracked files in your directory. It's like a giant copy and paste, but even better. Git wants to keep commits as lightweight as possible though, so it doesn't just blindly copy the entire directory. every time you commit. It can, when possible, compress a commit as a set of changes or a delta from one version of the repository to the next. Git also maintains a history of which commits were made when. That's why most commits have ancestor commits above them. We designate this with arrows in our visualization. Maintaining history is great for everyone working on the project. It's a lot to take in, but for now, you can think of commits as a snapshot of the project. Commits are very lightweight and switching between them is wicked fast. Awesome. All right, so let's see what this looks like in practice. On the right, we have a visualization of a small Git repository. There are two commits right now. The first initial commit C0 and another one after that C1 that might have some meaningful changes. Hit the button below to make a new commit. So if we click commit, git commit, and it goes to here. All right, so then it says, there we go. Awesome. We just made changes to the repository and saved them as a commit. The commit we just made has a parent C1, which references which commit it was based off. So C2 is based off C1, and C1 is based off C0. All right, so go ahead and try it on your own. After this window closes, make two commits to complete this level. All right, let's go and do it. So where do we do this? Just type in git commit twice. Where do I type it in? Okay, there we go. So there goes the terminal down here, and we're gonna do git commit. And we did our first commit, and now we do git commit again. And we have our second commit, and we have solved the problem. All right, cool. There we go. You solved the level in 2 commands. Our solution uses 2. Awesome. You matched or exceeded our solution. Would you like to move on to branching and get the next level? Yes, we would. All right. So Git branches. Branches in Git are incredibly lightweight as well. They are simply pointers to a specific commit, nothing more. This is why many Git enthusiasts chant the mantra, branch early, branch often. That is my first time hearing that mantra, but I will adopt it myself. Branch early and branch often. Because there is no storage memory overhead with making many branches, it's easier to logically divide up your work than have big, beefy branches. So don't have big, beefy branches, all right? When we start mixing branches and commits, we will see how these two features combine. For now, though, just remember that a branch essentially says, I want to include the work of this commit and all parent commits. All right, so let's see what branches look like in practice. Here we will create a new branch named new image. And side note, you see how this goes very well with the challenge that we did from Chaos Camp on Monday and on Wednesday, where we were like in the code drift and we had to like fix the merges shoes and stuff like that. Now we're actually learning. We probably should have did this before we did that, but it is what it is. After we did that challenge, now let's go and let's get that foundational knowledge about Git branching and Git commits. All right. So we're going to click Git branch new image. And the when you do Git branch and then you put a name after it, that's going to create a new branch, right? In the challenge that we did Git checkout -b. So when you're checking out, like let's say you're checking out the main branch, then that -b would create that new branch for you as well, all right? But this one is to create a new branch, all right? So new branch. And let's see what branches look like in practice. Okay, cool. So now we have a new image branch based off C1. And that's all there is to branching. The new branch now refers to commit C1. All right, let's keep going. So let's try to pull some work on this new branch. Hit the button below, git commit. So now we have committed the new image branch. All right. It says, oh no, the main branch moved, but the new image branch didn't. That's because we're not, we're not on that branch yet because we'd have to do git checkout new image. So I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do now. That's because we're on the new branch, which is why we weren't on the new branch, which is why the asterisk was on main. All right. So let's tell Git we want to check out the new branch with git checkout in the name of the branch. This will put us on the new branch before committing our changes. All right. So let's do git checkout new image. Okay, so you can chain the commands by putting the semicolon. All right, cool. So there we go. Our changes were recorded on the new branch. Note, in Git version 2.23, a new command called git switch was introduced to eventually replace git checkout, which is somewhat overloaded. It does a bunch of different things depending on the argument. The lessons here will still use git checkout instead of switch because the switch command is still considered experimental and the syntax may change in the future. However, you can still try out the new git switch command in this application. And you can learn more at this link right here, but we're not going to go through that. We are just going to continue. Okay, so you are all ready for branching. Once this window closes, make a new branch named bugfix and switch to that branch. By the way, here's a shortcut. If you want to create a new branch and check it out at the same time, you can simply type git checkout-b, your branch name. So just like I mentioned, you can do that. So let's see what we are being asked to do. So all right. So we are doing make a new branch with git branch and check it out with checkout. Okay. So this branch needs to be named bug fix. So we're going to do git. So we could do git checkout -b bug fix, or we can do git branch and do git branch bug fix and then git branch and then git checkout, right? Check out bug fix. We're going to do it the long way just so we can practice with all the different commands. But in a work environment, you'd probably just go with git checkout -b. All right. So let's do and also, like, let's say you're using like GitHub or something, right? And you're using Jira. So let's say you create the branch in GitHub, right? Then when you pull in the repo onto your local machine, then you just do a git checkout because the branch is already created, right? So that's why we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do git branch bug fix, and then we're going to do git checkout bug fix, and there we go again. All right, so we have solved level 2. The level in 2 commands. Our solution uses 2 commands. Awesome, you matched or exceeded our solutions. Would you like to move on to merging in Git? I think we would, don't you? All right, so branches and merging. Great. We now know how to commit and branch. Now we need to learn some kind of way to combine the work from 2 different branches together. This will allow us to branch off, develop a new feature, and then combine it back in. The first method to combine work that we will examine is git merge. Merging in Git creates a special commit that has 2 unique parents. A commit with 2 parents essentially means I want to include all the work from this parent over here and this one over here and this and the set of all their parents. It's easier with visuals. Let's check it out in the next view, right? So yeah, that is kind of confusing to understand just reading it. So let's see what type of visual they have for us. I'm a visual learner, auditory learner. Just reading. It's going to be hard for me to put it into practice. So that's why we do so much software explorations, like I was mentioning last night. Here we have two branches. Each has one commit that's unique. This means that neither branch includes the entire set of work in the repository that we have done. Let's fix that with a merge. All right. So all right, let's read this slowly and look at the diagram. All right. So here we have two branches. So we have C2. Let me see. We have two branches. Here we have two branches. I'm guessing C2 and C3. Each one has one commit that's unique. This means that neither branch includes the entire set of work in the repository that we have done. Let's fix that with a merge. We will merge the branch bug fix into main. So we're going to merge this branch into the main. All right. So git merge bug fix. And then it goes from here into here, which makes commit number 4. So it says, see that, first of all, main now points to a commit that has two parents. If you follow the arrows up the commit tree from main, you will hit every commit along the way to the root. This means that main contains all work in the repository. Now, also see how colors of the commits change. To help with learning, I have included some color coordination. Each branch has a unique color. Each commit turns a color that is blended, that is the blended combination of all the branches that contains the commit. So here we see that the main color branch is blended into all the commits, but the bug fix color is not. Let's fix that. Okay, so that is a bit confusing to read, but maybe with the visuals and just trying it out, it will be much easier to understand. Let's merge main into bug fix. Okay, so we're going to take what's in main and we're going to put it into the bug fix, I suppose. Yes. So we're going to check out bug fix and then we're going to merge main into bug fix. Now, main and bug fix have the same version, right? So since bug fix was an ancestor of main, Git didn't have to do any work. It simply just moved bug fix into the same commit main was attached to. Now, all the commits are the same color, which means each branch contains all the work in the repository. So let's go back real quick. So if we go here, so that gets into here. And then we go here. So this one is green. So this follows the chain with this one. And we want this to match with that. When we go here, it's going to, okay, that is a bit confusing, a little bit, I must say. All right, to complete this level, do the following. Make a new branch called bug fix. Check out the bug fix with git checkout bug fix once, commit once, go back to main with git checkout, commit another time, merge the branch bug fix into main with git merge. Okay, so that I understand. All right, so let's do this. All right, so let's see. So let's see. All right, let's do this. I need to. Okay, so what do they want us to do again? All right, so they said to. All right, objective. So I wish I could keep this open. Let me take a screenshot of this so I can remember what I'm doing because that is a bit that my mind can't remember all that. Open a preview. All right, so I have it on the other screen. What I need to do, and we are just going to do it. So we need to make a new branch. So get branch bug fix, and then we're going to do get checkout and bug fix, and we are going to do get commit of bug fix. And we're going to do a get checkout main, and we're going to do a get commit of main, and we're going to merge the branch bug fix into main. So get merge bug fix into main. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's see where we're at. All right. So there we go. One more. So they said, you solved the level in 6 commands. Our solution uses 5. See if you can whittle it down to 5. Would you like to move on? Oh, okay. I can definitely do it again. So how can I reset this? Where do we reset? Mm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reset, maybe? All right. So let's try that again then. So I'm gonna do get checkout dash b bug fix, and I'm gonna do get commit, and I'm gonna do get checkout main, get commit, and then get merge bug fix. Well, they didn't tell me didn't give me my praise, but it's all good. All right. Anyways, let's go to the next one. All right, so let's go here. Get rebase, and this one is this one gives me so much trouble when I'm working on it. To like, when do you rebase? When do you merge? All that, right? But let's learn it together. All right, let's learn it together. Get rebase. The second way of combining work between branches is rebasing. Rebasing essentially takes a set of commits, copies them, and plops them down somewhere else. While this sounds confusing, the advantage of rebasing is that it can be used to make a nice linear sequence of commits. The commit log history of the repository will be a lot cleaner if only rebasing is allowed. So, still doesn't mean much to me, but let's see it in action. Here we have 2 branches yet again. Note that the bug fix branch is currently selected. Note the asterisk. So the bug fix branch is currently selected. We would like to move our work from bug fix directly onto the work from main. That way, it would look like these 2 features were developed sequentially, when in reality, they were developed in parallel. Let's do that with the get rebase command. I have to watch a YouTube video of get rebase made easy, because that's still not saying much to me. Like whenever I use it, all hell breaks loose. Here we have 2 branches yet again. Note that the bug fix branch is currently okay. So we already read that. All right, so we did that with the get rebase. I don't know. Let me do that again. So okay, we get here, and so we already had this. So it says we would like to move our work from bug fix directly onto the work of main. So bug fix directly into main, right? Um, that way it would look like it was done sequentially, meaning like one after the other. When in reality, we work on it in parallel. So if we click get rebase main, it's just going to move this over here. I don't know. All right. So awesome. Now the work from our bug fix branch is right on top of main, and we have a nice linear sequence of commits. So what was here? I just moved this on top here. Note that the commit C3 still exists somewhere. It has a faded appearance in the tree. So over here, it's faded. And is the copy that we, and C3 is a copy that we rebased onto main. The only problem is that main hasn't been updated either. So let's do that now. Might be where I mess up. All right. So now that we checked out, now that we are checked out on the main branch, let's go ahead and rebase onto bug fix. Something. So get rebase main goes here, puts it in bug fix up here, and then now we are checked out on the main. So then you check. So you do the rebase on main, and then you check out main, and let's go ahead and rebase onto bug fix. So get rebase bug fix. So you rebase onto main from the bug fix or the branch that you're on, and then you are going to check out the branch that you rebased onto, and then you're going to do a rebase onto the branch that you brought on top of it. Since main was the ancestor of bugfix, Git simply moved the main branch reference forward in history. Okay. So what I'm wondering is so I guess we will address merge conflicts later, but I'm wondering what happens when there's merge conflicts. To complete this level, do the following. Check out a new branch named bugfix, commit once, go back to main and commit again, check out bugfix again and rebase onto main. Gonna take a picture of this. Or I guess I could always do objective in the way in between it. I'll just take a picture. Make it easy. All right, so let's do this. All right, so we are doing git checkout bug fix and git commit. Now git checkout main, git commit. Now git checkout bug fix and git rebase main. Awesome. You solved the level in 6 commands. Our solution uses 6 commands. You matched or exceeded our solution. Would you like to move on to detach your head? The next level. I think we surely would. We have 2 minutes to go, or 2.5 minutes to go. So let's do it. So moving around in Git. Before we get to some of the more advanced features of Git, it's important to understand different ways to move through the commit tree that represents your project. Once you're comfortable moving around, your powers will, with other Git commands, will be amplified. So let's get to it. Head. First, we have to talk about head. Head is the symbolic name for the currently checked out commit. It's essentially what commit you're working on top of. Head always points to the most recent commit, which is reflected in the working tree. Most Git commands which make changes to the working tree will start by changing head. Normally, head points to a branch name like bugfix. When you commit, the status of bugfix is altered, and this change is visible through head. Let's see this in action. Here we will reveal head. We'll reveal head before and after a commit. All right, so git one, check out C1, git check out main, git commit, git check out C2. All right, let's see that one more time. So we're going to check out C1. So we're going to check this out, and we're going to check out main. We're going to commit, and then we're going to check out C2. So when we checked out C1, that became the head, and then we checked out main, and then we checked out C2, and C2 became the head. From what I can see, the animation moves really, really fast. So let's see. So detaching head. Detaching head just means attaching it to a commit instead of a branch. This is what it looks like beforehand. So head, main, C1. So git check out C1. So now C1 becomes the head. And now, and now its head is C1. So because you can check out a commit directly and not necessarily a branch per se, or a commit on a branch. To complete this level, let's detach head from bug fix and attach it to the commit instead. Specify this commit by its hash. The hash for each commit is displayed on the circle that represents the commit. All right, so let's see if we can wrap this up real quick, and then we can get out of here. So, oh, shoot, let's detach head from bug fix and attach it to. All right, so I wish there was a way you could just leave the objective up. All right, so let's say we do run bug fix git check out C4. All right, there we are. Your solution you solved. Let's do that. You solved level 1 in one command. Our solution uses 1. Awesome, you matched or exceeded our solution. Would you like to move on to relative references, the next level? So we are going to wrap it up for today. And when we come back, we will pick up so next time we do this, I don't know if it's going to be Monday. We're probably going to do another Chaos Camp challenge on Monday. And then once we finish that Chaos Camp challenge, we can come back to this exercise because I learned a lot about Git. So I hope you had a wonderful time this morning having some coffee and kata with me and enjoyed our news articles that we quickly ran through. So let me get this off the screen, and I just want to wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful Friday heading into the weekend. And if you are around tomorrow, I will most likely be starting the WordPress development, implementing the template or the templated website. So look around for that, and we will go from there. All right. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Look out for the bug bite coming out at noon, talking about a Okta security breach. And just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, share it with a friend. It's more mellow in the morning, not as many sound effects. We're just, hanging out, and we are getting some work done. We are getting our minds ready for the workday. So shout out to that. And shout out to you. Shout out to Diamond0613 for becoming our latest subscriber.
I appreciate you.
I do. And I thank you for being here. And I will talk to you later.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.